Hello, everyone. This is Stuart Jean coming at you from Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California for Drum Magazine. Month of December here. If you've been following our videos, we're looking at basic grooves that are staples that young players may overlook or not even be aware of, or just sort of look past because they're not super technically challenging. But these are the types of grooves that maybe if you're on some gigs with some older cats and you're lucky enough to get some work, you want to keep those gigs. A lot of times you're jamming on stuff and all that, and someone might call out a feel that you might not be familiar with, and it might be a certain vernacular of a style. So this is just to broaden your horizons. Today we're going to look at what is called a blues rumba. Personally, I was a college student back in the day, studying jazz, getting my degree in jazz music. So a bit of a jazz snob, knew everything about jazz, could play Elvin Jones and transcribing John Coltrane solos and working on my jazz harmony and all that. And then getting some gigs with some local bands, make some money, pay the rent. And a guy goes, "This is a rumba." And I'm thinking, this is a blues gig. What are you talking about? Like a rumba? I didn't know I'd be playing a Latin gig here. So I learned really fast, like, oh, okay, I get it. So for you out there, basically the blues rumba bass line is going to be something like boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, that syncopated 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, down. That's basically the overall rhythm of the thing. There's so many versions out there of how to play this thing, and there's some fairly complicated stickings out there, and side stick and all this. And I'm just going to show you like the most basic one that I play and have played many times. So the basic groove is really just matching that bass line pattern. The bass drum is matching the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. And I like to keep a backbeat going on in there, and we just add a little grit with a little snare drum roll. So it's basically we could play this. Little 2 and 4 in the hi-hat with a little ring there. You can add variety in the bass drum depending on what's going on. Your fills could come from changing the bass drum pattern. We could get the tom-tom in there. We could play. And make it a 4-bar pattern. There's some more poppy type songs that use this. A lot of Beatles stuff uses this, and it's not maybe so bluesy and so gritty. So you could get into something like you still have that bump, bump, bump with the snare drum. 1, 2. Okay, so the blues rumba isn't necessarily a complicated Latin beat, but it is derived from, I'd say, a Caribbean feel, an islandy kind of feel, and then adapted to Western music, American-based rootsy bluesy stuff. So yeah, that's basically the blues rumba. So if you're on a gig and someone calls it, you got that. And again, you can really go down the rabbit hole and find all kinds of versions of this groove But this is the one I like to use and just sharing it, passing it along. So enjoy. I'm going to play it down to a track now. Thank you.